these new guys like these Giannis and Curry and all these guys are not top 10 all time. I don't care if Curry wins 12 NBA titles. For as far as I'm concerned, none of these guys playing today should ever be considered in the top 10 list, overlapping any of the all-time greats. Those guys, Bird, bad back, played through. I mean, these guys are playing 37, 38, 40 minutes a night, 80 games a year. Tough as nails in a tough defensive era, physical play. You're not replacing that. I'm not in no circumstance going to put any guy after 2015, anybody that came in the league that had a prime after like 2014 or 2012 is not getting in that top 10 list. They're not. Nobody. The last guys that should be considered for top 10 lists was the last era of guys like Kobe, Duncan, and those kind of guys. But when those guys retired, and then obviously LeBron could be considered on that list because he's still playing and he was really good and he had a prime right before that cutoff point. But everyone else after that, like all these new guys, like these Giannis and Curry and all these guys are not top 10 all time. I don't care if Curry wins 12 NBA titles. The rules are different. The game is much more easier for these guys to play, and they want more rest, and they want more time off. Okay? Don't tell me this is the best era. These guys are the best. They would destroy the old guys, but then they want all this rest. You got more money, more access to nutrition, more access to health and benefits, recovery time, all kind of medicines, but they still need time off. They still can't play a 82 game schedule. And then you got these people on radio and on TV really advocating on behalf, oh yeah, these guys need more time and they deserve it, and if you want a better product, it's easy to have them play 60 something games. And come on. That sounds like a soft attitude. That's soft. Come on now. Like, you can't be freaking serious right now. That is soft. Like, these guys are being pampered. Okay? I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying the fact that this era is the best era. It just doesn't add up. It's not adding up. I'm sorry. It's not adding up, man. Now, you can't convince me otherwise. There's no way you can convince me of that. There's no way you can convince me that this era is the best era with all those factors. Are guys more athletic, stronger, faster in some cases? Yes, in some cases. But those guys, there were some strong guys in the 80s and 90s too. There were some fast guys. It's not like how much more stronger and faster are they really today? I mean, do they appear faster and stronger because the rules are different? Do they jump higher, many of them? Yes. There's a lot more guys that are more higher jumpers and more athletic, but are they really better basketball players? That's the question. That's the question. Are the basketball IQs higher? I really would like to know that. Skills? Are they more skilled as far as like can do more things? Possibly, but we know that because the rules are much more lenient to where an offensive player can show more skills, right? Like back then, guys were more restricted, like, what they could do and not do. And the coach basically, all that fancy stuff wasn't allowed. And it was a different game. They were more stuck on the fundamentals than the actual skills. But because some of those guys would go and play in the streets and like in the summer tournaments, and we've seen their skills. So we know those guys had skills. They would go play in tournaments and crush those guys. I mean, even NBA players today that go to these tournaments, they're not like overly dominating the competition. I mean, some of these guys get the business handed to them by regular Joes. Not regular Joes, but like guys who play basketball for a living, but they're just not NBA players. They may be like semi-pro guys or stuff like that. And they'll be in the gym giving those guys the business in like the Drew leagues and stuff like that. You'll see it. Sometimes you catch a couple of video clips of guys getting, taken off the dribble or getting dunked on and stuff like that. But so these guys, and they get challenged a lot more. There was a video with John Wall being challenged by a high school kid, and wasn't another video like Jordan Crawford dunking on LeBron or at his camp or something like that? I don't remember, but what I'm saying is that these guys are not God, and they try to, and the fans and the media try to pretend these players are like God while trashing the previous era. But then you guys want all the pampers and breaks that the previous era did not have. But you claim to be better. I just don't buy it. It's just not adding up. It doesn't add up. And if you sit back and think about it, you'll see what I'm saying, and you'll understand it. So Curry's not top 10 all time on my list. If you really sit back and think about it, I don't really look. The titles are great, the 4 championships, but championships are a team accomplishment, and Curry didn't make the playoffs, right? He didn't make the playoffs last year. I think they lost in the play-in game or whatever. He didn't make a championship series last year, and he was averaging 32 points a game last season. It's a team accomplishment, right? So I don't care him having 4. What does that mean? Clay got 4 too. That means Clay's the best 2 guard ever? Is Draymond the best forward ever? He has 4 too. So I don't think that having 4 would just move him up the list automatically. It doesn't work that way in my book. Are you going to move Draymond up the list? Are you moving Clay up the list in the 2 guard? So now is Klay Thompson now the second best 2 guard or third top 5 2 guard in NBA history, right? Like let's just say this for example. Say if Clay had a great series and Curry was just okay. Like, let's reverse the roles. Would you then say, oh, well, since Clay got 4, now mind you, Clay's got 4, does that mean he's now top 5 2 guard ever? You know what I'm saying? So that's how ridiculous that sounds like when people do these lists after NBA Finals. Or say if Draymond Green would have had a great series. Now, Draymond's already been defensive and all this stuff. And he would have added, say Draymond would have dominated this series, averaged like a triple-double, grabbed all the rebounds, locked down the best offensive player, and he would have had a great series and won Finals MVP. Would we be saying, oh, well, Draymond's got 4, so now he would be the best power forward ever? Right? Would they be trying to put him in the same category as Duncan? Like, no, we wouldn't. So I don't think we should be doing the same with Curry. We shouldn't. And all this, oh, well, Curry won without Durant. Let me be clear on something here. The Warriors, I was gonna do an episode breaking this down about why that 73 win Warrior team is the most overrated. I'm not gonna say the most overrated, but it was a very overrated team. Okay, very overrated compared to all the hype they're getting, and they lost the championship, obviously. And then they come back and they play against an injured riddled Cavs team, which I believe, honestly, the Cavs probably should have won that series, would have won that series under any other circumstance. I think the Golden State run in a weak era is not as impressive as we like to make it out to be, as far as like title runs. But Durant and coming into Golden State, winning those 2 titles, saved Curry's legacy. I don't put that a negative on Durant. That's a negative. That people try to crush Durant like, oh, Durant, because Curry won without Durant. Now Durant's titles are illegitimate. No, Warriors don't win those titles without Durant. Period. They don't win those championships without Kevin Durant. They don't. Durant was the best player in basketball. The Warriors brought in the best player in basketball. There's a reason why when the Warriors lost, Draymond got on the phone and begged for Durant to come. There's a reason why that happened. You don't do that. That would be like Scottie Pippen or like the Bulls. Say the Bulls lose in 96 and Pippen gets on the phone and begs. I don't know who's 96. Barkley or somebody like that. No, Karl Malone. Let's say Karl Malone was a free agent, and because Karl Malone was pretty damn good at the time. I think it was MVP one of those years, like 97. So say Pippen gets on the phone. Hey, Karl, man, you gotta come. We need you here in Chicago. Like we just need another guy. Come over here. That's like Pippen getting on the phone begging Karl Malone to show up to Chicago after the Bulls go 72-10 and lose in the finals to Seattle. And Pippen's on the phone like, man, come on, please come to Chicago. We need you. With Michael Jordan on the other side, like, are you kidding me? Jordan's the best in the league. Wasn't Curry like right there, one of the best players in the league, 73-9, and you're begging for Kevin Durant? Come on. Come on now. Doesn't make any sense. So then after you begging for Durant to come, now you're going to try to tell me that, oh, Curry won without Durant and Durant's illegitimate. No, Durant was a stud. Is a stud. It was a sniper. He was the best player on that Warriors team. That's why they won those 2 titles and he got 2-time MVP. He was legit and they knew it. That's why when he got there, they deferred. That's why, same thing with Miami. When LeBron got to Miami, Dwayne Wade, finals MVP, Wade County, he knew when LeBron got there, LeBron was the better player. He had to defer. Okay, you're the man. If Wade thought he was the man and was the top dog, LeBron ain't coming to Miami because Wade would shut that shit down. Nah, we don't need you, bro. We good. We good. I'm top dog here. Yeah, we friends, we cool, but if Wade really thought he was better than LeBron, LeBron doesn't show up to Miami. Wade would have figured out another way. He would have got another guy. And if Draymond really thought Curry was the best player that great, he wouldn't be calling for Durant. He wouldn't have called for Durant. So let's just forget. Why are we forgetting history here while trying to recreate history to make it like, oh, Curry's top 10 because of the 4 titles. Yeah, 2 of those titles, Durant was top dog. Same thing with the whole Kobe thing. Like, Kobe's got 5, but those first 3, let's be honest. Did Kobe win those first 3 without Shaquille O'Neal? As dominant as Shaq was, Kobe doesn't get those titles. So if Kobe only has 2, are we still saying Kobe's top 10 all time? But we're putting him in there because of the 5 rings? I just find it odd because, and then when we talk about Michael Jordan, people always say, "Oh, Michael couldn't win without Pippen." Well, when Michael won 6 titles, Michael was the clear-cut best player on the Bulls on all 6 rings. There was no question how great Michael was. He was the reason, clear reason, that he won. Is Kobe the clear reason why Lakers got all 5 titles? No. Is Curry the clear reason why those Warriors won 4 titles? No. So why the heck would I be putting Curry in the top 10 all time? Why? I don't. You cannot be in the top 10 all time if you're not the clear cut reason. If you're going to bring in championships as your argument to why Curry now gets into the top 10, he needs to be the clear reason that all 4 of those titles were won. He's not. Kevin Durant, 2 of those titles, Kevin Durant is the sole reason. You lost a championship series as a 73-9 team. You cannot tell me that doesn't put a damper on your argument to try to claim that you should be top 10 all time. Top 10 all time guys don't blow championship series as a 73-9 team to the point where we were saying, oh, well, Draymond got suspended. So that means your third best player got suspended or got thrown out of a game or whatever that affected the series to the point where you lost. That was an excuse that they made. Oh, Draymond not suspended, the Warriors win. Well, then you ain't top 10 all-time material then. If that's your argument, if you're making that case that your third best player needed getting taken out affected you to the point where you couldn't close the deal, you ain't top 10 all time. No way. You can't be top 10 all time, not on this list. No way, no how.